sounds like there's going to be some big things happening at Gamescom this year. Again, lack of BlizzCon, lack of other spaces to like really, really pump up a midnight announcement.
They are. So I think it is going to do a lot of heavy lifting. Now, one of my favorite things about the announcement is the kind of the tweet that Blizz put out about it. And I used the background from that tweet in the thumbnail for the podcast you're watching.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Right now.
Is it this?
Allow me to...
Is it this thing?
Yeah, here we are. This is my Photoshop with...
that's beautiful.
With like the background in. So let me
Look at all
remove
those
these
layers.
elements, okay? Because, you know, when you've got like the kind of speculation brain that I've got, this is the kind of thing you do. So let me just show you the background. I'll take away the writing here. Yeah. Take away this and this and this. And this is the background. Oh. And when you're me, what you do is you go... Oops, you pressed the wrong button. You delete it.
Nice.
When you're me, you go, let's whack up the brightness like this.
Are we doing some image forensics?
Yeah,
this is exciting.
And we do like proper image forensics, okay? And this is what we do. This is how we roll, okay? Because this background that they have chosen to use is obviously a midnight art asset.
Yeah.
And, you know, we go, okay, well... what can we see here? Because there are shapes in this, right?
Yeah, what can we see?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you asked. Well, I don't know myself, actually. We're going to have a look. But let's blow this right up.
Okay.
Like this. And let's go here. Zoom the F in.
Okay.
Like this.
Uh-huh.
And let's see if we can see anything good.
Wow,
because,
we're really going deep.
There we are.
Oh. Wait.
And like, so, well, you got this big star thing, right, happening here, which is computer enhanced. Which I don't know. What are we thinking? Is that the star from the Argus portal? Is that Illidan and Sargeras coming back? Is that the star that is currently in the sky, or is it the star that's in the middle of Dimensius in the models that we've seen? Is that something?
Right, that thing.
Oh, is it going to like open a huge rift in space that all the void are going to come through, or is it something else? What could it be? And then these smoky bits are just like, so look at this.
What?
Look at these things. There's something going on here which we can't see. What's this thing here? This lit up bit here, and like almost kind of like faces up here. Okay, so actually,
are we looking for like cloud animals in here?
No, actually, like this.
Yeah.
This is very interesting to me. Do you think that looks like a skull? Does that look like a skull to you?
It could maybe look like a skull. Oh! I can see it. Do you see
the skull? Do you see the skull?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've got the Dimensius model, data mined model to hand, but Dimensius is like a big void lord, but swirling around the bottom of the Dimensius model are lots of skulls, purple skulls, just like we are looking at on the screen right now.
Yeah.
So I think, based on basically no evidence but my own massive brain, I think what's going to happen is we're going to defeat Dimensius at the end of the raid, but that will open up a huge rift in space. We know that Dimensius getting reformed is already opening void rifts around Koresh, that big void meteorites are coming through.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I think when we defeat him, he will kind of explode and open up this huge rift that's in the middle of him there, and that's going to be where all the void come through. And I think that will be kind of like, the Shadowlands skybox and stuff like that. I think it's going to be a new thing that we see in the skybox. Oh. From wherever we are.
Just massive rift.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like Argus in the sky. I think it's going to be like, boom, and, we'll see it from Stormwind and shit. And that will be like, we're going to be, and then
that's how we know it's real.
Point 2.5 and 2.7 will be like, something's about to come through that. This is very scary. And I think that would be awesome. Are you kidding?
I mean,
it's going to be brilliant.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
That would be really, really cool. Now you've got me looking deep into these clouds. Like all the swirlies.
There's tons of shit in these clouds. Look.
I know I probably shouldn't be reading into this at all.
Are you kidding?
I am.
What kind of YouTubers are we if we don't read into this? Like, we have no credibility if we don't read any old shit into this.
What are the kind of like the kind of just the stringy?
Yeah, the stringy things.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, but I'd love to hear.
Void gloop.
But for me, the excitement, like, it's that skull. What I've decided is a skull. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think Demensis is going to die. We'll kill him, obviously, with a little help from our friends. And I think that big star in the middle of him will like erupt open and tear a rift into the void realm itself. And that's it. And I think it will appear in the skybox.
I like this.
This looks like a skybox thing to me. That's what I'm saying. I just think like, there are devs watching this podcast right now going, oh, fuck you, Tally. That's not what's going to happen, but you're setting expectations not for the first time.
No, I feel like that's
way
kind of your
too
job.
high, you dick. Cancel that guy's ticket. Like, that's just what I suspect might happen.
I do, and I also like that you've dug really deep into this and how in the Gamescom announcement, they've literally just plonked the Warcraft logo on top of it.
Yes,
Sorry,
exactly. That's the thing.
Like,
so in the Gamescom announcement, that is actually hidden by the mid. So we are revealing things to you on this podcast right here. That's what we're doing, right? So you're welcome. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Okay.
So
big hopes and dreams for Gamescom then. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And it is coming the time when we might have to start thinking about making our YouTube midnight predictions videos. Okay. So can I get maybe a little taster? What are you expecting from midnight? What any features that you think like it might happen? What zones do you think it'd be based around?
Oh God!
Like, yeah,
this is a big question. I mean,
I did just dump that on you. Sorry.
There is. There has to be a Silver Moon revamp, right?
It has to be, right?
There has to be. That feels like a given. Like Silver Moon revamp. As a kind of site of where the stuff's going to be happening. Other bits of the old world being revamped as well would be nice. We're going to Northrend, right? Spending some time.
Well, in Last Titan.
No, okay, no, okay. So maybe not in midnight. Gosh, I don't know. What do you think's going to happen?
What do you think about the new Demon Hunter spec? Because we talked about this last episode, but people haven't had a chance to play the PTR now properly and kind of go through it and play the quest that sets up the boss in the raid and stuff like that. So we've all seen that. Has that tipped you further into thinking that there will be a new Demon Hunter spec?
It has tipped me towards believing that Void Elves can be Demon Hunters. Or will become
I think that's where the smart money is. To be honest,
I think Void Elves can become Demon Hunters and maybe Nightborn for fun. Just for balance, just for symmetry.
The same rig as night elves. Void elves are literally just blood elves.
They are just blood elves.
So it would be very easy to fit all like the armor and stuff on them, and you wouldn't have to change anything really. I guess Nightborn would be a bit more problematic, and other races just. But I think at the very least we're looking at Void elves becoming demon hunters, possibly.
That's what that quest line suggests to me.
To me, that's what it suggests as well. Rather than the third demon hunter.
Because the guy, the demon hunter guy who is receiving this void knowledge, we just murder him, don't we? He's like an aberration. Well, I think so.
No, because he's the boss in the raid, right?
Yeah.
And he's got two new friends. And one of the things people are like, no, Tally, you're wrong. It's going to be a third spec because...
Okay, sell me on this.
It's a council fight. And one of the demon hunters in the council fight is, explicitly a vengeance demon hunter who only uses vengeance demon hunter abilities.
Yeah.
One of them is explicitly a havoc demon hunter who only uses havoc demon hunter abilities. And then you've got the void demon hunter as well, who uses like his own stuff. So therefore, they are showing us that there are now 3 different specs, right? Does that sway you?
I like that.
I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't sway me, and people get really annoyed that it doesn't sway me.
No, I like the suggestion. I think it would be a really fun way to deliver Void Demon Hunters to people. I think that would be really cool. I mean, it also could just be a way of telling a story about a demon hunter who gets some void powers who we then crush under our feet. Like, I don't know.
Everyone's fun.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Listen, I agree with you. I agree with you. For me, this would appear to be setting up void elves being demon hunters, but not a third spec. I'm happy to be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm placing no like pride or ego or like reputation on whether I'm right or not on this. But for me, it's just not adding up really. But I think there is one genuinely compelling piece of evidence that points to there being a demon hunter third spec, which I mentioned on the weekly reset, but which I still feel quite strongly.
Okay.
Like, it's not anything that's in the game, because there's not much evidence in the game.
Okay.
The thing that is actually genuinely, if anything was to sway me into believing this was going to be a thing, it would be how enthusiastically, quickly, and vehemently other outlets like Wowhead and Ryylar came out and speculated that it was going to be happening. Within minutes of the announcement happening and us getting like one shot of the 3 demon hunters and one of them being Void, within minutes of that, before they'd done pretty much anything else, Wowhead put out an article speculating that there's going to be a 3rd demon hunter spec. Which just seems like a very, very quick turnover on that. I know that they'd seen, like Mr. GM and other people who are doing interviews and stuff, they'd seen that part of the they'd seen like that part of the presentation before, so they'd had time to prepare the article and everything. But it's so funny to me that like so many outlets on seemingly, in my opinion, so little evidence decided to go with that before pretty much anything else. And that, for me, genuinely, with my kind of paranoid creator head on, where I have massive FOMO and I think other like creators are getting way more access than we do all the time about everything.
So
I sit there and I go, what do they know that I don't? What like inside information have they had that I don't? What have they data mined that they're not allowed to show that like has convinced them this? Because it sure fuck isn't the actual evidence that the rest of us have seen.
I love how you're paranoid, despite being like literally one of the first people in the world to play player housing. Like you literally flew to the other side of the world.
Yeah, but what have you done for me lately?
I was like, well, that was a month ago. That was like a month ago. But I was like, okay. I mean, I think there might be something to that. I think that's also just like the WoW news hype cycle. Like I think that might just be that.
I don't know.
What about just it?
I literally see that as the strongest evidence. I'm not even joking. I'm like, well, hang on. I don't think there's much evidence there, but Wowhead and Bella are all over this shit. What do they know?
Sowing the seeds of discord. They're like,
they're just agents of chaos.